Just before dawn on June the 6th, that well-remembered morning, our unit assembled on the deck of the ship that had carried us across the English Channel. Everyone was apprehensive. I clutched the little Bible my mother had given me. You see, I grew up on a farm in Newton County, Mississippi. None of us had ever traveled any great distance from home. The very idea of going to a foreign country overseas was reason enough for concern. Never mind the dangers we knew we would face. But our nation was at war, a war that extended to both sides of the great oceans that surrounded us. It was not going to be easy, nor was it going to be quick. When I was drafted, I knew it was for the duration of the war. How long would it be before I saw home again? Would I ever see home again? You couldn't help but think about such things as you stood on the deck of the ship looking out on that gray morning. The big guns on the big ships were firing huge salvos toward the coastline. As far as the eye could see, the sky was illuminated by the great balls of fire coming from those huge gun barrels. I didn't see how any living thing could withstand the mighty barrage that was being laid down on Omaha Beach by the Navy's guns. Then the order came. We climbed down the net on the side of the ship to the landing craft waiting below. At 06:30 hours, the 1st Infantry hit the beaches. At 06:30 plus 60 minutes, the war began for Company A of the 81st Chemical Mortar Battalion. That included me. Shells were exploding everywhere. The enemy was very much alive at Omaha Beach. German 88s and large caliber machine guns were taking their toll out in the water, along the water's edge and inland. The minesweepers, they didn't get rid of all the German landmines. Stepping on one meant certain injury and likely death. I saw 3 soldiers pulling a mortar from the water, 3 abreast. The one in the middle was hit by enemy fire. The men on either side were not harmed in spite of the bullets flying all around them. The wounded soldier had to be left behind. We learned later that he had died. And there were many cases like this. Some were lucky. Many were not so lucky. There were wounded, bleeding, dead, and dying men everywhere on that beach. And some 100 yards inland. The German firepower was awesome, and the cost in American lives was heavy. Thankfully, they did not have enough bullets to hit everyone. That first day has been referred to as the longest day, and rightfully so. The sun must have been unusually red when it set that day. The Bible speaks of the final conflict of nations, Armageddon. The scene on Omaha Beach was no doubt a foretaste of that final battle. I served my country, and I would do it again. I am Private First Class Joe W. Johnson.
Join me right here, Brother Posey. In interviewing these gentlemen, each case, they were asked, "You served before, would you do it again?" Without hesitation. Absolutely yes, they said yes. But while we have a chance, I want to honor as many World War II veterans as possible. Help me thank them, please.